topics are discussed. I was really anxious too. I wanted to be in a relationship, for goodness sake. So I was getting into relationships that were not the.
Okay.
And then I realized that, you know what, Bimbo, you need to calm down. And I remember I deliberately paused. I stopped. I just told myself, Bimbo, don't get. It's not time for you to go into this. You are not ready. So I remember I told God that, God, you know what? I need to prepare I need to. I'm not ready. I can't be entering relationship, first relationship, second relationship. And I remember praying about it, and I told God that, you know what? Even if you don't want me to get married, I'm okay. I just want to be happy.
Just want to encourage people that are wait. I mean, after praying and fasting like this, you see, when people are praying and fasting, for instance, the enemy just keeps away. They're on fire. They can't come near.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a thief. Devil is a thief. So he's waiting for them to finish the prayer, the fastings, all those, the programs. You have learned a lot from various powerful programs, at the beginning of the year that God had put up in various ministries. The devil now waits after that, okay, now that you have done this, what can he do to steal? What can he do to kill and to destroy? So don't play into his hands through impatience. While you are waiting, mind your business, sow the right seeds, help others, if possible, achieve their dreams.
Yeah.
And then while you are doing that, God, what you make happen for others, God will make happen for you. Maybe you should avoid being self-centered. I've seen people, the moment you are in a need, you become self-centered if you're not careful. Because you'll be thinking about, I want to have a baby, I want to get married. And then you just, you don't really care about others.
Yeah.
And that will keep you, if you're not careful.
Yeah.
So just let go, because God does not have muscle pull. God is able. He's always working behind the scenes. Something about God is He's working behind the scenes, It might appear like nothing is happening.
The issue is that a lot of us don't we asking questions. In fact, sometimes it's even easier to ask God because you're not seeing God. When it comes to asking your fellow man, it can be quite difficult. But when we get rid of that arrogance and that pride, and you're willing to, you know what, I need to learn, I need to understand why this didn't work or what I should have done differently, and you ask someone, then it gives you speed. So I think asking people especially will
Can you
help.
clap for her? Amazing.
But I think one thing that really attracted me to you was your um confidence. So yeah, he's very confident and very bold. He wasn't I wasn't so used to that kind of person in my life. So he would, and I was very, the way I was brought up, I was into myself, always at home, and he was like, come out now, come and visit me in Ilupeju. Then and he would like, take a bus. I'm like, and so he started, bringing me out of my shell, and that really happened.
Whatever you are looking for, it's not as
Right.
far as you think. She's been there since, and I was going through crises, disappointments, problems with that relationship. And she's there, a friend, been in the fellowship for years, and it was my final year when I was about graduating that, well, thank God for that anyway, because it was easier for us to do the courtship and get married. So when that came, I had broken that relationship, and I went through my own phase of healing, and then we started, it was more like we went back to what should have been in the first place. So I think there's so much lessons to learn from there. I hope our story inspires you one way or the other. And for those of us trusting God to get married, I encourage you to marry your friend. We've been friends since offshore tutors. We fight, we settle, we fight, we settle. Friendship is key.
The last relationship I was in before I eventually, started dating my husband right now, then I thought he fit, he ticked all the boxes. He was tall, he was dark, he was handsome. But, there are times when you have ticked it, it's just your mind. It's not, that's why you said divine earlier. I had ticked the boxes, but I was not happy. I was not at peace. I was not, and so and a lot of people have those specifications where at times you might even tick the boxes, really, because sometimes people have delays because the boxes have not been ticked. It's not the kind of person I want. But there's times when you tick all those things, but they're not weighty. They are not the real boxes you should be ticking. So this person, I ticked the boxes. He was tall and he was dark. He was handsome. Yeah, not you.
I just want to clarify.
But inside me, I wasn't at rest because I knew he wasn't a person. So specifications, yeah, they're good. It's good to have the kind of person you want in that sense, but don't put God in a box. Don't, God can give you much more than you want.
When it comes to waiting, at least from my experience with you, you are more patient. For me, it's a lot of work to be patient.
So wait, that means that for when it comes to waiting, it also has to do with, or does it have to do with temperament as well?
And some people are good. I'm choleric a bit, not a bit, fine choleric. So we like to get things done, like this. Okay. So when we pray on Monday, answer must come on Tuesday. Okay. So we don't sit on Tuesday, you fight everybody, that kind of thing. So, but of course, over the years, God has helped a lot. But you are a melancholy. Yeah. So I noticed that you know how to wait upon the Lord. In that sense, you know how to wait. And I've learned a lot from you, okay? I just see you wait and you're patient with God. And I say, God, help me to be patient with you.
You can wait and, the patience is a virtue. And we know that we can learn from it. We can enjoy the wait. Waiting can be rewarding. So I'm looking at, an example that came to mind is Moses. When God, of course, and maybe in the course of his upbringing or whatever, maybe he realized that, okay, I'm going to be a deliverer or whatever, and then he jumped the gun, he killed an Egyptian. However, there was a waiting period for Moses where he was in the wilderness.
But I don't know whether that waiting was part of gospel.
I think so, because like you said that in the period of waiting, you have to learn. I believe God wanted Moses to learn certain things. In the course of that wait, he got married. In the course of that wait, he had to learn certain things. He deferred to his father-in-law. So he was a shepherd, right? So I believe that period was 40 years. Am I right?
Yeah. Around 40, so he waited for 40,
another 40
plus 40.
Yeah, so he waited for 40 years and then he learned. So when it was time for him to launch out as the deliverer, he had learned certain things. That was why it was easy for him at the time when he was already leading. When his father-in-law Jethro came at another time, he went to meet him. He deferred to his father-in-law. I'm sure he learned that from that wait. So I believe that waiting can be rewarding. Sometimes, yes, it can be difficult. Sometimes you don't even know that you are in that waiting mode. But when we see from the point of view that every season is a time to learn, it's a time when God can use it to teach me things, then it can be rewarding.
It wasn't easy for him to wait for you to finish talking.
Oh my God.
The moment you just mentioned Moses, a lot of revelations began to flow. So I nearly cut it short, but I'm learning to wait. Okay.
Oh gosh.
Anyway, now that's powerful. You have revelation. Serious, because the Moses that God called was impetuous. Like you said, he jumped the gun. Mm-hmm. He was so too forward that he killed somebody. Mm-hmm. You understand? Yeah. Then after 40 years, it's like somebody, you want to call the person. Before you call the person, he's already standing in front of you, ready to go. Calm down, That was, after 40 years, God was not calling him, he was not running away. Mm-hmm. That means he had become more mature. Yeah. Only it took 40 years. 40 years is a long time. We don't have to wait for that length. But I think Moses that came after the 40 years was a different Moses. So waiting can be actually rewarding. I believe people should mind their business while they allow God mind his own business. From my lessons about waiting, sometimes we are the ones that complicate the process.
How? How do you mean?
For instance, I don't really believe that Moses was supposed to wait for another 80 years, another 40 years. Just like Abraham's case, Abraham took a wrong turn out of impatience. Out of impatience, he took a wrong turn. The Hagar and Ishmael story, and that led to a 13-year wait. Some people say that that wasn't part of God's plan. He was already waiting. But when you are nearest your goal, the enemy will be pushing you to take a wrong step. I believe some people perhaps trusting God to get married, for instance, just at when they're so close to the miracle, the enemy begins to create all kinds of anxiety, and then sometimes people now take a wrong step.
Yeah.
And that wrong step can create another weight.
God puts you in my life to teach me patience.
How do you mean? You have to explain.
So you are choleric. I'm
a child of God.
But you have a temperament. You have a personality.
I'm a go-getter. I'm project driven. I'm not theoretical. I'm practical.
You know what? You know that seed form he was talking about. When I met him, his temperament was in the seed form.
You too by the seed form.
He didn't know temperament at that time, so he was screwed. His choleric was screwed. He was, so he was very. Oh my goodness, we had those conflicts then, because yes, I was attracted to him because of his, confidence. He was out there. He was expressive. However, when we got into a relationship, those very things that attracted me to him were not the ones that were like, am I sure I made the right choice? He was very hard. So there's times you want to correct and you're like, no, do that. I'm like,
I was trying to make this work.
Really?
Yes, it has to work. I wanted it to work, Maybe I didn't go about it the right way. We
obviously didn't go about things the right way when we were, both of us. Yes, I'm a melancholy.